Hello everybody, Walters954 here, coming at you guys with the advent of code day 4. So in day 4 we're using a MD5 hash to get a hexadecimal number that has at least 5 zeros in the front, and supposedly those 5 zeros will be the smallest number that you can get with any input that you get with your puzzle input. So if you see here, my puzzle input is this string here, and then any combination of number 1 through like 1 billion will equal a short amount of zeros in the front, 5 trailing zeros in the front. So let's jump right into it and figure out how to do this. First off, we need to get the MD5 hash. So to do that, we're gonna import hashlib, which is just a library that has a whole bunch of hashes in them, and we're going to need a variable to store that. So hashlib .md5, and then we just throw in our key, and let's print this out. And we're actually going to have to digest it, so let's call this result. Oops, result. And let's turn this into hex digits. Now, to be honest, I didn't know how to do any of this, so I had to go and look up this one because I was a bit confused on what the heck like any of this was. So it was pretty confusing. Oh, we're gonna also have to encode the first string. I hadn't worked much with hashing just specific things, so it was a little confusing for me in the beginning. So anyways, hashlib automatically spits out a number in front followed by whatever else. So there's automatically going to be like any numbers in here. So if I start adding like 1, see like this number changes, 12, and we need 5 zeros in the front and it'll be happy. So what we're going to need to do is add a for loop. And we're going to say in the range of, I think it was 1 million. I just put a bunch of zeros. And we're going to have to do this repeated amount of times. And just press tab. So now we're going to need to concatenate this string together with num. This one's actually supposed to be back here. And num, we're casting num because right now it is a integer. I mean, so, yeah, an integer, it needs to be a string, so then the string gets digested here and the results are printed out. So if we should I actually run this now? Yeah, let's run it. Make sure it prints in the for loop and print it, and we have a bunch of numbers, and we see like, oh, processing too much. So let's, oh, it stopped. So now what we're looking for are the numbers that start with 0, 0, 0. So if result, and we're using the slicing here, so this says from the beginning to the 5th number. If that is equal to 5 zeros, then we are going to print it out. And there we go. We have one that's 0, 0, 0, 1, whatever, but we don't actually know what that is, so let's just print out whatever the key in the number is. Then we just take this number, oh, and this is actually messed up here. We can take this number here, and that's going to be our input. So there we go. We have 1179 whatever whatever. Let's make sure 117946 is correct. But now we need to do the second part, which says, all right, we want to find 6 leading zeros. So all we have to do is bump this up 1. and we add another, because we're looking for we're looking through the first 6 characters and we're looking for 000. We run it. Oh look, it found the original one. That can't be it. Well, what's wrong with this? We're looking for the first 6 leading zeros and we couldn't find it. Well, we actually need to increase our search range by another 1,000. Waiting for this to run because it's actually running through, or this isn't 1,000, this is, I don't know, this is a huge number. And we're seeing some output here, and we just pick the lowest one. So this should stop running. It's actually still running right now. You have to wait until this says finish, process finished. And we see here that this one is actually the lowest one out of all of these, since this was our first one, and this has 6 leading zeros. So we go ahead and copy that number and make sure it's the correct one. And that's number 4. It's a little confusing, but we got it done anyways. Had to cheat a little bit, look at some other code, but it's good to know for it in the future. So thank you guys for watching, and let me know what you guys think. Please comment and subscribe.